I'd advise you not to say another word, otherwise I'll call the police and you'll go to jail for trespassing.
Oh, dial a cop, huh? Go ahead. The sooner you do that, the sooner Judge Sawyer will find out just what you three stooges are really up to.
What's going on here, Charles?
And how did you get in here?
I told you they were coming.
You must have left the door unlocked, Mr. Carpenter.
Well, yes, you must have. I want to thank you for the help.
Well, Daddy, are you all right? And please don't try to hide it from us any longer. We know it's your heart, isn't it?
There is nothing wrong with my heart.
And what's he doing here? It is Dr. Johnston, isn't it? Cardiologist?
Following me around again?
As a matter of fact, I am. You mind if I come in?
Did you even have to ask? But you can't stay for too long, because I've got to go over and see my mother.
She's back from her honeymoon.
Mm-hmm. I have an idea. Why don't you wait here until I get back? And then, maybe we could...
I can't do that.
All right, then we'll work out something else.
We can't do that either. Look, there's no sense in putting this any other way. Stacy, I never loved you. I'm not gonna leave Amber for you.
You don't know what you're saying.
The truth, Stacy. We don't have a future together.
No.
I tried to make a clean break of it this morning at the newspaper, but you wouldn't listen to me.
I did? You said you wanted to see me.
To tell you that we're through.
No. At Mother's wedding, you said you wanted me to go away with you, and I believed you.
You shouldn't have. I haven't changed into the man that you think I am.
I get it. You think that I really haven't forgiven you.
That's not it.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is, Gilbert. It's all right, because I understand.
Stacy, please don't make this any harder than it already is.
Then stop lying to me.
Will you grow up? Look, I can't make this any plainer than I already have. I don't want you anymore.
What?
Amber was right. It's like a game. I went for you to make her jealous, and you fell for it.
I can't listen.
It's the only way to make it clear to you, Stacy. I have Amber now, and I don't need you anymore.
Stop it! Just stop it!
Look, we had a deal. You were to notify me the minute she got back, not 4 hours later.
I couldn't get here any sooner, Mr. Knight.
Well, what was wrong with your telephone?
Mrs. Carruthers could have overheard. She can't seem to sit still.
Well, hope she stays put long enough for Lee and I to get to her.
Well, she was home when I left.
Then you get back there. I want you to keep an eye on her.
I can't guarantee you anything.
Just do what you've been doing. I'll make sure that it's worth your while.
Thank you. If she ever finds out...
She won't. Now take the stairs on your way out so nobody will see you.
Hello, Rose.
Oh, Mr. Carruthers. Excuse me.
What's she doing here? She heard from Kate?
I just got a full report. Kate's back.
And Rose must have heard the whole story from the way she avoided me.
Informants don't like to be seen. But forget about her. We have work to do. Here, call Kate.
Don't you think I ought to go see her in person?
We don't have time for that. You've got to talk to her right now.
I suppose you're right. Frankly, I don't know what I'm going to say to her.
Anything to keep her from blabbing to the press.
And quoting the new polls probably is not the right thing to do this time. Kate? Oh, it's so good to hear your voice. I was so terribly worried about how you... Wait. Listen, please. Kate, I have something to say to you. You're my wife, Kate, and I can clear that up. Just give me a chance. Please, let's not talk about Andrea right now. It's you and me that I'm concerned with, and Kate? She hung up.
Well, call her back.
Why? She probably won't even answer now.
You give up too easily.
You expect me to walk through a closed door?
You don't have to when you have the key to open it.
Sebastian, she's not letting me get even near her. Can't you understand that? I don't owe any of you an explanation. So what if Dr. Johnston is here?
He's here to patch you up. Why don't you admit it?
I asked him to come over here and examine me. That I will admit to. What's wrong with that?
Nothing. It's just unusual for him to be making more than one house call here.
Well, even more interesting is the fact that you're changing cardiologists. Why would that be, Charles?
Yes, I mean, what was wrong with the one who saved your life a year ago?
I've heard just about enough. Either you straighten this out or I will.
Now, wait just a minute. These people have made some wild assertions, and I'm going to make sure that they're thrown out.
Wait a minute. Where are you going
Miss
with that
Lucas,
box?
maybe you'd like to let us look in the box.
It's just personal property.
Oh, really? Like those other boxes out in the hall? I saw one of them marked oxygen.
Oh, no, Daddy, I knew it. You did have another attack.
Yeah, Miss Lucas, why don't you open this box and the others out in the
She
hallway
will
while
do
you're
nothing of the kind.
Very well, I'll do it for her then.
That won't be necessary. I did treat Mr. Carpenter for heart failure
When?
4 days ago.
It was the first day you missed the hearing.
When he refused to go to the hospital, I was suspicious. Now I know why.
Mr. Carpenter, would you like some water? You look awfully pale.
Mrs. Lucas, will you please just leave us?
Look, if you need a statement from me for the judge, I'm available. I have nothing to hide.
I want to thank you for your cooperation, Dr. Johnston. I will be in touch with you.
Very well. Well, I will be going.
Let me walk you to your car. There's a couple of questions I need answered anyway.
Daddy, let's just try to reconcile
Miriam, just leave me alone, please.
Come on, Babs, I think we better be going.
Yeah, this place is beginning to get on my nerves.
You're lying to me.
No.
Please stop it.
Stacy,
Don't do
no,
this.
no, don't.
Not you. Not you too.
Yes?
Kate, it's me. Don't hang up.
Stop calling me, Lee.
We have to talk.
Oh, you mean the legal details? Well, I will have my lawyer get in touch.
There won't be any legal details. Just give me a chance to explain.
You had your chance.
But I've thought all that through now, and
I am not listening to another angle.
If you don't stop calling me, I will call the police, and this will hit the press by tomorrow morning.
Kate.
I can't wait for you, Stacy.
Judge Sawyer, here we come. I can't wait to call him.
Yeah, there's no need to. He's probably still at lunch.
Oh, yeah. Well, look, why don't we order something up for lunch? We can make a little celebration.
Barbara, I can't think about food right now.
Why not? You've got this whole thing sewed up. I mean, your old man has dug his own grave.
Well, there's no doubt he's not well enough to physically raise Eric.
You can say that again. I thought he was going to pass out while we were still there.
Did you really think so?
Oh, no, don't worry about it. He's probably just tired.
I should have stayed with him.
I don't believe I'm hearing this.
Perhaps he's still my father.
So what? I mean, look what he's doing to you. He's trying to take your kid away from you. For crying out loud, look at all that stuff in the court. Who do you think gave Myers all the incriminating evidence?
But that doesn't stop me from caring for him. I mean, wouldn't you feel the same way if it were your father?
I wouldn't know. I never met the gentleman. I'm lucky my mother stayed around long enough to say hello. She dropped me off at Bella's doorstep the first chance she got. That was my grandmother.
You really don't talk about your family much, Babs.
What family? Bella was it until I was 14, and when I walked out the door, she didn't exactly break her neck chasing after me.
You mean you've never gone back to see her?
Yeah, I did once. But she'd already packed up everything and left. Don't you see, Miriam? That's why I'm all for you. I mean, you want your son. That's the biggest thing he's got going for him, the fact that he's wanted.
I know that, but still, I need to be fair and honest with him, even when my father isn't. See, I just want him to understand that his grandfather loves him, in spite of the fact that Daddy's lifestyle is missing one very important thing.
Right. Good old common sense.
No, Babs, what I'm talking about is faith. I mean, of all the rooms that Dr. Johnston walked into, it was Carla's. Now, if that wasn't the hand of God, I don't know what is.
Yeah, well, that was pretty incredible. I mean, she never would have recognized him otherwise.
That's for sure.
Uh-oh. You're beginning to look at me the way Ione looks at me when she wants me to go to church with her.
No, I'm not going to ask you to go to church with me.
Oh, yeah?
No, I wasn't going to do that. I guess I was just trying to make my point about the kind of honest relationship that I want to have with Eric, and the kind God wants to have with him, too. And with you, for that matter. The kind you never really had, but still want, right?
I guess. Look, Miriam, just forget all that stuff I said about my family, okay?
You know I can't do that.
Well, I wish you would, because I just feel like some kind of bleeding heart telling you all that.
No, Babs, no.
Look, the thing I want to get across to you is that you're in a fantastic position. I mean, you're in great shape. Not because you were raised as a rich kid, but because of the way you are now.
Well, what I am now is only because of what the Lord has made me.
Right. Yeah. Well, guess what?
What?
I'll bet you Judge Sawyer's back from lunch. Why don't I try?
You almost got away with it.
I'm going to make you pay dearly for this.
For what? Saving you from yourself?
I haven't lost yet.
Charles, take a good look at yourself. You ought to be in a hospital right now.
And I'm not going anywhere either.
That's some kind of example to set for Eric? Stubbornness? Deceit?
Don't you lecture me. I want what is rightfully mine.
Eric isn't yours.
Yeah, but I have every right to him. Helen didn't give me a son to carry on my own name.
Oh, so you got to take one from your daughter?
She owes me that much. Look what I did for her.
I bet you got a whole long list. You probably even found some way to make those things tax deductible, didn't you?
Well, you're certainly a fine one to go moralizing to me like that. I'll bet your son doesn't do much bragging about you. As a matter of fact, I wonder if you even know where he is.
You haven't changed, not one little bit. You always figure everybody else is dealing dirtier than you.
Yes, and that attitude made me a survivor. And don't you dare think that I've given up about getting Eric back again.
Oh, I don't, not for 1 minute.
Well, there's something else, too, you should know. Somehow, this grand exposure of yours, I'm going to turn into my own advantage.
What, are you going to blame your lawyer? Like you always did in the past?
Well, I was only with you. I certainly had more than a reason enough.
Sometimes, Charles, I feel sorry for you. Strange as that may seem.
Yes, I suppose that you've fooled Miriam into thinking that there's nothing wrong. Well, let me tell you, my friend, my health is not going to be a deciding factor in this lawsuit.
But it comes close.
That's why you're trying to hide it.
Whatever my condition, don't forget, Miriam is not competent as a mother, and Judge Sawyer will see that.
Charles, you're the only one who sees it that way.
Well, I suggest you take a good look at it, too, because you might be quite shocked when you lose this lawsuit.
Looks to me like the shock's a little too much for you. I think maybe I ought to get Dr. Johnson to take another look at you.
There's absolutely no reason at all for Dr. Johnson to come back here.
What are you going to do now? Get your third heart man?
And what's that to you?
I just might be able to save you the expense, Charles. Charles, you're letting the pressure get to you. You're letting the stress get to you. You can end it all.
Oh, I certainly can. I believe you know the way out.
And I think you know the way to Judge Sawyer's office. Charles, go over there. Tell him that you are no longer seeking custody of Eric.
I'm not that far gone. Not by a jugful.
Think about Eric. You really want him to see you in this condition? Certainly not going to make him feel secure and protected.
I am not going to ask you to leave again.
You won't have to. I'll see you in court.
Whatever you do, don't go down in that lobby.
Why?
Looks like a reporters' convention down there. And one of them thought he saw you come up here this morning.
Oh, that's just great.
Oh, don't panic now. I covered for you.
Told them that I had a twin brother?
No. I told him about your phone call from Avalon Springs. How you and Kate would like to extend the honeymoon.
I wish we could start it.
She hang up on you again?
Worse. She's not even answering the phone now.
Well, can't send you over there now. It's too risky, especially in broad daylight.
You sure Rose didn't tip off those reporters?
I'm not sure of anything, except that I might be able to stall them a little while longer.
Sebastian, we can't keep this up.
Oh, no. Hold on a minute.
It's a
We don't have any choice.
It's a sinking ship. Kate has threatened to go public.
You should have told me that the second I came in here.
It wouldn't have done any good. We can't stop her.
There you go again with that word can't. It's getting all too familiar.
I'm just being realistic.
Well, add cowardly to that.
I can do without your absurdities.
Oh, yeah, you could have done without Andrea Summers, too, but you wouldn't listen to me about that either, would you?
What do you want from me?
Oh.
An apology because I have human needs just like the next man?
How many times do I have to tell you? You're not just the next man.
And I am not some kind of ideal either.
Oh, I know that all too well. But you've at least got
You should have been upfront with this campaign right from the very beginning. And not put so much emphasis on me as a family man.
Yeah, well, it just might be that image that gets you elected.
I have other strengths.
Oh? Name them. You're what I poured into you, bub. And you're not even living up to that.
Oh, you're wrong, Sebastian. I could have gotten right where I am right now quite easily without you.
You did. That's why we're in this garbage right now.
Well, no one is forcing you to stay.
Don't push me. I just might leave.
You don't have anywhere to go. Not and control things like you think you're doing here.
Good bluff. But remember who taught you how. That's only half of what I know.
And if you believed that I couldn't think for myself, why did you seek me out in the first place?
Call it an investment. Now, you still want me to sell out?
No.
Good enough. The way I see it, you want that congressional seat just as badly now as you did in the beginning, don't you?
You know I do.
Well, that makes three of us. You, me, and Kate. We'll play her game right down to the last second if we have to.
And we will probably have to because she is not answering that.
But don't let that worry you. She's going to come around. And in the long run, it's going to be worth it. For all of us. I'll go see if those reporters have cleared out.
What's the matter, Stacy? Can't think of anything to say?
I can think of several things. I simply don't wish to discuss this on the level you want to.
Which is considerably beneath yours, am I right?
Generally.
Most people would call that level the real world. Welcome to it. I think it's a place you've never really lived before.
I just don't want to ruin what's been a beautiful evening for you. Well, I really care for you.
Do you really mean that?
I really better go. Sweet dreams.
Well, it looks like, Stacy, you're going to be an aunt. I think this is going to be very interesting, don't you? I mean, after all, if things do work out between you and Gil, you'll have
Stop it!
I don't know why you're so upset. Everybody knows in town that Gil Prescott sleeps around. It really shouldn't be any surprise to you that your boyfriend is...
I don't believe you.
Well, as I said, nobody ever accused you of living in the real world.